Welcome, Bonnie Anderson, to the Sound Museum.
Thank you. Thanks, Leo. It's so nice to be here.
It's so good to see you. It's been so long, and I'm just so pleased that we've finally got some new music from you. Bad
I know.
Advice.
Goodbye to bad advice. Goodbye to playing nice. Hello to my new life. 'Cause I got 2 tickets to paradise, 2 tickets on a first class flight.
Those distinctive vocals, the oozing with soul, it's so funky, it's catchy.
Oh, thank you.
You've
Thank
worked with
you.
some great people on this track.
Yeah, look, it's crazy for me because it's been like we were just talking about 8 years since I've spoken to you, and all of this time, not doing a whole lot of music. I feel like maybe Unbroken. There was a couple of songs after that I put out, but this song's really special to me because it's come from a real place, and I've done it all on my own. I've done this independently. I wrote the song with some incredible writers that I really wanted to be a part of this work. So just everything for me leading up until now, I just feel really proud, and I just love the song. I'm so proud of this song and I really believe in it. So it's a really good feeling.
Because the guy that you produced the track with has worked with like Pink and Backstreet
Yes.
Boys and John Legend, Tina Arena, Vicky Lee. How did you
Yes.
guys hook up?
So
David.
David and I, yeah, David Schuler, he's an incredible writer, producer, and such a great friend. I mean, we've known each other for probably, I think it's maybe been 15 years. So way back, we wrote songs together. He was in Australia, then we linked up in LA. And when I was thinking about who I wanted to work on this piece of art with, and it's not just the one song, we've done a bunch of songs together. I was thinking, who is the person that has kind of been there from the beginning, knows the journey, knows me vocally, knows me personally. And David just was the person. He's the man. And I think that we really get each other creatively and just personally. It's a really important thing for me to have the right people in your corner and in your team nowadays. I think I've learned a lot in that aspect. And I'm just so glad that he was on board.
Because you worked on the track at the base in South Melbourne, is that right?
Yes,
It's the
yes, I
same
did.
studio you recorded your first EP.
Yes. So it was like it was a full, circle moment. And that was the reason why we did that is because at the time when I went over to LA, I was a little sick. I had a bit of a cold and I'd just come out of recovery from my throat surgery and there was a lot going on. So I was still able to obviously sing, but in a way where I wasn't going to be cutting vocals to put out to the world. So for me, I was like, where is the place that I'm going to do this? And, the base in South Melbourne is pretty special to me. I've done a lot there and it sort of was like the beginning for me. So it was very sweet.
You mentioned throat surgery before. I had no idea
Yeah.
you had throat surgery. What happened? Tell me about that.
Yeah. So, oh man, it's been a year. It's been, exciting but very scary moments for me. I did have throat
Imagine.
surgery in the beginning of the year. And look, it just kind of, I think it was a long-term injury that was sort of sitting around, and I got really used to singing with the injury, not really knowing until it was sort of very obvious. I kept losing my voice. I was, doing lots of different shows, and it just became very apparent. 3 songs in a set, I'd be losing my voice, and it was very painful. So it just became, obvious to me. I had to go and get it checked out. And I had 2 cysts on both sides of my vocal cord. So they weren't nodules, they were cysts, and they were very thick and chunky cysts. So that's what they said to me. And I was like, well, that doesn't sound great. So what's next? So what's next is getting surgery, and that's the thing that I had to kind of come to terms with because that there's a fear that comes along with that. Well, what happens after this? Am I going to be able to sing again? What happens if something goes wrong? So I guess the recovery has been super important to me, just to be doing everything in my power to make it right, and be able to sing and be able to learn about my voice again. So yeah, there was lots of little things, lots of Just hard times this year. I mean, it's just been an emotional roller coaster, but I'm here and I'm put out music. So it's just a really nice, it's a nice feeling because, there was a lot of fears involved in this year, in the last 12 months. So yeah, it feels good.
Because the voice is your instrument, and
Yeah.
when that's sort of in jeopardy, you're sort of like, oh, what do I sort of do? Now you've had the surgery, are there things in place that you do differently to, I guess, to protect your voice?
Yeah, it's so much, so much. I feel like previously I was very I always looked after my voice, but nowhere near as much now, like I often I didn't warm up all the time before singing or even just day to day. I mean, talking and being out there and using your voice. And I'm a very animated person, so I feel like I'm very excited the way I use my voice. So I've had to really kind of tame it back or just really do the exercises and put in the work and not stay up late and things like that. I mean, I don't do that anyway. I'm a mother. But all of those things, they come into play. You learn about your voice and you learn how seriously important it is to look after it.
Now that the single's out, Bad Advice, the EP is coming, is that right? What can we expect from the
Well, there
new
is an album coming.
an album? This is your,
Ye-
your debut album.
Yes. Put out an album.
I can't believe that, because you've been in the industry for so long,
I
and
know.
an album. So, oh my God, what can we expect from your first big body of work?
Well, there's a lot of stories to be told, a lot of truth. And a lot of me. Finally I feel like I can actually show the world me. I finally feel like I kind of understand myself more as an artist and personally, and all the shit that I've been through, and everyone does, teenage years, being through my career, partners, people, all that stuff. I think there's a lot of truth to be told, and it's just going to be a feel good, soulful, just storytelling, stories to tell.
So, what musical avenues are you going to explore on the album? Any collaborations, any surprises you can
Well, I feel like
share?
I'll keep some surprises, but we're still working on the album. We've got half of the work, and it's sort of just sitting there and brewing. And I'm getting very excited, and there's lots of ideas. I'm going back to LA really soon. I'm taking the family this time, so I went this year, sorry, by myself, and I thought, what, let's all go over. We're going to spend a good chunk of time and just get really creative and finish the album, which is going to be great. But this year there's more songs to come. So before you even hear the album, I'm going to put out a few songs, so it just gives a little taste of what's to come.
I'm figured out, ain't no one gonna hold me down. Nobody's gonna hold me down.